All right, it's the Hot Dog and Bun Show. I'm Steven. This is Liz. And we're here with Angie Sturm, the owner of the Bell Mansion.
Hi. What up?
How are ya?
Good. I don't
Thanks
know
for
what
being
I'm
on the
supposed
show.
to do, but
Yeah,
yes.
no, we're just here talking just like we've been, so.
I'm
Maybe
excited.
maybe it'll be a little nicer to me.
Now that she recorded.
Probably not.
No, I doubt it.
Probably not.
Probably not, bro.
Maybe tomorrow. Probably not.
Maybe the next day.
Probably not. Probably not tomorrow either.
Oh, gosh. All right, Angie, so go ahead and tell us, what's everybody else in him?
Oh
about
my
yourself,
gosh.
'cause-
Hi guys.
Yeah, because I don't know you. Yesterday I knew the guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then today I just met you. No,
Mhm.
first off, I'm really proud of you guys. Like, no joke. And I wholeheartedly mean that. It takes guts to go after something and just be like, yep, this is what I want to do. Like, this is calling me. Go do it. Whatever the hell, that looks like.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, about me. I don't even know really where to start.
You from Fort Wayne?
Yes,
Okay.
from Fort Wayne, born and raised. And then literally my parents had got this building about, 4 or 5 years ago now. And they were going to do like a Airbnb kind of style.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. And I always say Jesus took the wheel and was like, hey, I quit where I was at. I was happy where I was at.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I remember that tour when we came through here.
Yes.
Like when I just met you and your parents were there and all that.
Yeah. Oh, and I know, and
Yeah.
it was such a man, and of course
Work in
that's how I
progress.
met
Like you
Liz.
said, talking about doing a bed and breakfast, wasn't it?
Yes.
That you guys were talking about doing.
Yes.
But
And then it
was it
just
zoning
fell
or something?
through.
Yeah, you couldn't get
and
something
it
for
just
it.
So originally you weren't even going to do like the event thing. It was just
No.
going to be like an
No.
Airbnb.
I wasn't
Okay.
even involved actually. It literally, my dad was partnering up with somebody else that was going to run it. Rules, regulations, especially the historical aspect, which I admire, but it just comes with a lot more rules, regulations.
Mhm.
And you reach a point where, hey, I don't want to dump any more money into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he was going to sell it, and I was working at a credit union. I was happy. Thought I had my life figured out. You know how that goes,
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I quit that and was begging him to let me have a chance to do something with her.
Mhm.
Because this building sat empty for 2 years, before we came along, and it's a very unique, amazing space. So it has given me, it's taught me so much. It's given me this whole sense of spirituality, given me my tribe of people where I never had that before. I never had genuine people that had my back, that, you know what I mean? And I never really knew who I was. I just kind of was a floater through life, trying to people please and just, anyways,
So
yeah.
once the Airbnb fell through, how did the idea come up for the paranormal stuff?
Obviously.
I'm
That's
asking
okay.
questions like
No.
I don't know.
No, and that's okay. And that
Yeah.
is literally, so that is how obviously Liz became even in the picture was, so my dad had bought it and the other guy was going to run it. And then my dad was like, hey, they're going to see if this place is haunted to maybe advertise a haunted B&B. Okay, cool. And then my dad calls, was like, hey, this paranormal team's going to come and see if the place is haunted. I'm like, wow, that sounds really intriguing. Let me go check it out. And came. Obviously Nick and I dated.
And she was so skeptical at first.
I really, oh my God, bro.
Not a believer.
It was, no, because
Wait. Who's Nick?
My
Her
cousin.
cousin.
And what does he do?
What do you mean?
he's the one that started,
Yeah.
helped start.
Yeah, founded
Old World Paranormal
Society.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That was
Okay.
the
I'm
group
trying
that
to,
I
I'm trying to bridge
No,
the
no,
gap.
no, you're
Yeah.
okay.
No, that's okay.
You know what? It is what it is. We're very open book people. I don't have anything to hide. And literally they came in and found that it was haunted. And I really was, because I was raised pretty, not to knock on my parents, I love you, but to kind of fit inside a box, more conservative, I was a skeptic, because I'm like, y'all are nuts. What is this crap? What? And so I came here, and then literally it was like the house just, you know how that goes, man. The house just takes you in, and it's just like, okay,
you become part of it.
and you truly do. And then I don't know, you learn so much. And once you open your mind to how much there is out there, the evidence that they were finding, and it ended up being haunted. And then as time went, Nick and I dated for a couple years, and I kind of had the business mindset, and he did. And their team did bring in, hey, let's try to I had no idea about the paranormal world
Mhm.
at all. I really
Mhm.
didn't. I'm not gonna act like I did.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, this is cool. Where my passion was, let's do what's best for the building and what's going to
Mhm.
take the building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So going to the building,
Yes.
because I know you love telling the history
I do.
of it.
I do.
So
do you want me?
yeah,
you just
absolutely.
gotta tell me to shut
Yeah,
up. When
no,
to shut up.
absolutely
Oh,
no.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
no,
tell
definitely.
everybody the history of it, 'cause
Absolutely.
it's a great story.
It really truly is. It was built in 1893 by Robert and Clara Bell. He was a state senator, a lawyer. He helped bring natural gas to the city. So all the fireplaces were never wood burning, they were natural gas. Senator, lawyer, and she helped bring art to the city. She helped bring, the first art classes, which is now the Fort Wayne Art Institute. There's just a lot of Fort Wayne ties. Built in 1893, and then literally Robert Bell did a lot for the city. He really truly did. And then he passed away in 1901 in his bedroom. And then Clara had it until 1906. And then another family came in, the Nobles. They were here till about 1926-ish. And then it was a funeral home for over 90 some years. Like, they literally took this big ass mansion and turned it into a funeral home.
Mhm.
Like, it's cool how they utilize the space, because a lot of the original woodwork is still here, thankfully.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
They
they didn't
absolutely.
turn it into 4 different apartments or whatever. Like, in whoever's watching, y'all, if you're into history, I'm being serious. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. Like, it really is. Like, when we first got here, there was red carpet all over all of this hardwood floor,
Yeah.
and we ripped it up. We're
It-
like,
this
holy
is
shit!
The same that was on the stairs, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That carpet.
And we're like, oh my gosh, like, there's so much intricate woodworking that how the hell they pulled that off 130 years ago with no
Mhm.
technology, no nothing. You're
Yep.
just like, and here we are with our heads in our cell phones, not running into walls. You know what I mean? Like, how did they do that? That's what I respect.
Mhm.
Hardcore. And so I'm grateful it was. And it was a very, they preserved it so well. It was a very, of course, sad space. Death is a part of life that you can't escape, you know? And it's a thing that I used to be really, really scared of. I'm not going to lie, because I think a lot of people are. It's the unknown. It's the unknown.
Sure.
What the hell happens when you die? But to be able to turn that space into a very positive, welcoming community, you know, we literally have created, I mean, Liz, you've been part of it too, like, this tribe of people. Like, I don't care what you look like, what you believe in, what you whatever.
Mhm.
All I say is, as long as you don't hurt yourself or the building, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And if you're going to be a decent human being and come together, and like, what's been so amazing for me is hearing people's stories, you know,
Yeah.
like getting
That's
into
what-
yes,
You know, that's kind of the thought behind ours, like why we're not focusing just on one area, like one topic,
Mhm.
because everybody has a story, and we want to hear everybody's story.
Right.
Yes.
And everybody matters,
Yep.
Amen.
regardless of
Amen.
your position in life.
Yeah.
Amen.
Doesn't matter.
You
Amen.
can't take your position or any of your possessions with you. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
what does stick around is who you were.
Exactly. And we all need each other. There
Mhm.
is not one person that can do it by themselves. And
Mhm.
like, you know, people like Liz here in our tribe that I used to try. I was that hard-headed person,
Mhm.
by golly, I'm going to do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
and I still struggle with that,
Yeah.
asking for help, but we all do. We all need each other. And it's been so amazing to me. Not only have I opened up as a person and grown, but hearing these people from all over the world come in and like create that safe space. And I really do care and want to know people's stories. And the best thing is they're like, I've never told anyone this story my entire life, but I did have a paranormal experience or
Yeah.
something when I was 12 and
Yeah.
they're maybe mid-40s.
Mhm.
You know how much that has played a role in their life or mentally affected them not being
In
able to
some
talk
way.
about that?
Yeah.
Like, there's such a taboo to it all that,
Mhm.
again, I used to be that person that made fun of it, you know? And now that I'm like, holy crap, you experience stuff and you're like,
Yeah.
this shit's
But I've,
real,
you know, I've gotten to a point,
bro.
you've gotten to a point,
Yeah.
like I could be here completely by myself and
Mhm.
I'll go anywhere. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
matter.
Oh yeah, exactly. But that to me is the bread and butter, like to create that safe space and to really bring the community together. No bullshit. And I know that sounds so like, I don't know the word, but it's just
Awesome.
Touche. All right. Touche. You know what? I like that. I like that. I
Go
like
with that
that.
one.
You know how people are though. They're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Fuck
sounds so
them.
fluffy. Amen to that. See how we were just talking before? Like,
Yeah.
be you, man. Do
Yeah.
you?
So,
Yes.
Robert and Claire, obviously that's
Yes.
where the name came from.
Yes.
From Dummy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just wanted to pay them, respect. Like they literally built this sucker. It's almost 15,000 square feet, and it's back in the day, of course, houses were a lot bigger, they put a lot more detail into them. And it's off the tip of my tongue. I forget how much they spent building it, but it was insane amount of money. I want to say it was about like 5 million in today's world. Don't quote me on that, but like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
It's just,
Mhm.
they played such a huge impact of our community.
Yeah.
Like what if Claire wouldn't have come and done art? Where would our
Yeah.
art be?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
eventually
yeah.
I think it would have, made its way, but
Mhm.
like our community is amazing. Like
Yeah.
it really is. Our artists and all of that. And I'm just like, Fort Wayne's growing leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see all the really cool, like the way they're allowing people to do the street painting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
that's
I
great.
like that stuff.
Mhm.
It really is.
Right.
And that's like, obviously I've met beautiful people like Liz that literally is my fucking sister. And I'm going to see her crying thinking about it because like how we reconnected was just amazing. But she helped me find art because I needed that healthy outlet to find out who I was and what I was. And all of a sudden I'm at home just like painting out of nowhere. Like I'm like, whoa. And I don't come from, any kind of artistic, we just didn't do that. But it's taught me so much, like to not live inside the lines. I know we've had this discussion too, and it's how it all kind of goes full circle. I know Claire is up there just like, kind of guiding us and helping us. And like, it's such a good, positive, therapeutic outlet.
Yeah. And there's so many different art things that like classes and stuff that are offered here now. But once you decided to market the paranormal, how long did that take to get everything up and going?
Oh my
and
gosh.
how was it at first?
Holy shit. Obviously you remember too. We were just everybody. I'm going to be bluntly, brutally honest. Everyone's like, oh, hey, Dad just gave you this building and gave you everything. You know damn well that's not the fucking truth.
No.
Like, we paid the bills. We paid the $4,000 a month rent every month from day one.
That's killer.
And I'm proud of us. And Liz was part of that too. In the beginning, we were like, how do we get people in the door?
We need more things. We
Yes,
need more things.
yes.
Right.
We were just like, okay, how do we pay the light bill? Like, and Dad, he was and I know he was teaching me lessons, and I respect that now, and I look back, and I'm very proud of all of us for what we did, but like, we were just trying to get creative. How do we get people in the door? How do we make money? How do we make it, whether that's anything?
Yeah.
Hell, Liz was making necklaces and jewelry, and like, we were making paranormal equipment and selling it, and once we kind of marketed it and had teams come and start investigating, that definitely helps.
Yeah.
And
The
then
word of mouth spreads quickly when it's an actual beautiful location.
Yes.
Heat and air conditioning. That was
Yes,
another
it was.
and running water.
Yes. And toilets and bathrooms and like and just to be experienced to all of that world was awesome. It truly was. Like I don't know, that all happened how it was supposed to. But then also we're like, okay, once we kind of got our footing with the paranormal, we're like, okay, we knew that could help keep the light bills on, but we were like, we need more. You know what I mean? You always want to keep growing. We're like, we know that's not going to sustain us 10 years from now,
Right.
So we're like, okay, what about weddings and events? And, okay, cool. So we had to go through all the red tape and the back end stuff. There's a lot of fire codes. And again, I didn't know shit. Are you kidding me? I was a loan officer at a credit union. I could give you a car loan all day long, but to be like, oh, what kind of fire codes do we need?
Right.
I don't know.
No, I get that because when I first helped Dave, my friend Dave, put on an event at the gym, and it was outdoor and stuff, like I did not realize everything that went into like getting the beer and wine license and all of that shit. Like by the time, and then like planning the entire thing, the tent, all the chairs, like everything and food, it was like holy crap, like there's a whole lot of red tape, and like it was even so bad that we had to move the tent from the back to the front simply because they had zoned the back as a flood zone. Even though it wasn't flooded, and it was everybody had their trucks and everything. But I'm dead serious. We had to
crazy.
have them come take it down and reset it up out front.
I could believe
So
it.
yeah,
So much. I fucking love it.
So
Okay,
you've been at the Bell now. It's been the Bell Mansion for how long now?
Oh gosh.
I think you're press record.
I think I can't. Yeah,
talking.
That's fine. We can keep doing that. This is totally makes the
Yep.
podcast unique and special.
There's a blooper clip.
Yeah, exactly. I think I got involved at the end of 2020. So here we are, what, 25? So I can't math right now. So that's whatever.
Yeah, 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of just piggybacking off of this thought before I forget how he was talking about moving that tent. I learned so much even too, like the liquor license, the alcohol stuff, like I just thought you had to be a licensed, bartender to serve or whatever. We didn't know any better. We were just like, yep, cool. Oh no.
I will never confirm nor deny if we ever tried that.
Oh yeah, fuck, good call. Oh shit. Hi.
And
we're legal
we'll
now.
cut that out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yep, just kidding. But yeah, we learned so much. We learned so much. And nobody gives you like a book. You just have to figure it out.
There's no owner's manual.
Yes, and that's same with life. Like you really do. You have to go through these experiences, and sometimes they really suck, but sometimes they're beautiful too.
Yeah.
That's how this is. It's like, how do we get more people to watch? How do we get more in guests and things like that?
Stuff like that. But
Right,
we've got
sponsors
a great
and all
lineup.
kind. And it's just like trying to learn as you go and figure
And
it
you
out.
will, dude. Like there is so much. Like what helped us. Like again, we didn't have shit. I know there's a lot of people that just assumed I was just given this golden fucking. We weren't. Like, did we have a building? Absolutely. But to like pay the bills to run it, no. Like so. Facebook was our saving grace. Like it was literally, you freaking remember just sharing, tagging, sharing in groups. That's free.
And then collabing with the bear too.
Yes, and then like even places like Visit Fort Wayne. I've been told by a lot of out of towners that we have a really good Visit Fort Wayne like touristy thing. They're free too, and there's What's Up magazine. I don't know. You just learn because it's not like you got $12 million to market to put a commercial on TV or like it's you'll find your niche. I promise. It's word of mouth and just hell, even old school take flyers and start walking.
We need to print off little small flyers to take with us anytime we go somewhere or working on things because. Honestly,
T-shirts,
him and I are dynamic.
I can't wait to get a hot dog and bun t-shirt or a tank top. I can flex the gun. Guns out, buns out.
See, I'm take back everything nice I was
on
about
Coliseum,
to say.
right? On
Yes.
Coliseum.
I was gonna say something really nice, but I changed my mind.
What?
Have you seen my reading?
What were you gonna say? No,
I was gonna say just anytime him and I go somewhere, just like his personality and my personality are dynamic, just kind of draws attention. So every place we've been, we've ended up talking about it and gotten followers and stuff from there too. So they're like, man, you guys are witty and you're fun and all these things. Yeah, we'll definitely follow you guys.
I think they really like the fact that we like trash talk each other, but it's hilarious.
Yeah,
So,
it's not like completely demeaning or anything like that, but it's in good fun.
You can tell there's a mutual respect there, but then also you guys are real people, and I think that's where people are getting drawn to because there's so much bullshit in the world right now. People just want real and just keep doing it.
And you brought 4 to 5 years now. It's been you brought real things to people, real genuine things.
Yeah.
So I'm sure mostly everybody except anybody that's not from Fort Wayne knows that the Bell's now sold. So after the end of the year. And you've got something else.
Yes, we were blessed to find another event space. We've decided to name it the Barrel House, an event center. See, look at you. Look at you.
Oh, I made that.
Oh, yes, and Liz made that. Totally.
How'd you come up with the name?
It was the old Scent Liver Brewery here in Fort Wayne. I guess that brewery came to Fort Wayne in like the 1860s.
Yeah.
And it was literally.
I think it's on there.
It was literally they turned this old carriage house into an event space. So we can do the same things we're doing here, but
That's awesome.
there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a blessing in disguise. And then the house is the same architect as Here's the Bell, and it's 4 like separate apartments that we'll be able to rent out, and people will be able to stay the night.
For weddings.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Yes.
Oh,
like
man.
not honeymoon.
You wouldn't have to go
but I guess
anywhere.
you
You
could.
could smash.
There you go, bro.
Right
And you
through.
walk 10 feet or get carried to it's fine.
Right.
It's It's
Crawl
been a
if you
blessing.
need to.
Yes.
Nobody
Amen,
cares.
bro.
Right, it's your
Exactly.
wedding.
Yeah.
Nobody
Wedding.
gives a
Enjoy
shit.
yourself.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's your day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's been a blessing in disguise. At first, it was brutal. I'm not gonna lie, but again, life ends up taking you where you're supposed to be. I was in a super dark place for about 4 months after. It was a kind of a back and forth thing for about probably 6 months. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if it was sold. I didn't know. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I know, that's a
and you
time.
already
So
know.
emotional.
Yes, and I couldn't really talk about it. So, and here I am thinking I had my life figured out. You already know, of all people, the bell is me. You know what I mean? And like, did you see those lights flicker? The bell is me. But it also taught me to not fall in love with things, to find myself outside of a place, you know? But for about 4 months, bro, I didn't leave my house. I was mentally fucked. And I've always been a huge mental health advocate.
Yeah.
Since I was 15, I started having anxiety attacks. I knew I wasn't the only one experiencing them, and I wasn't scared to talk about it, you know? And I just throughout, that was 23 years ago. And I just, even coworkers and stuff like that, they're like, oh, well, I experienced the same thing. I'm like, yeah, like it's a real thing, like, I don't know.
I was like that, how you were about paranormal stuff at first. I was like that about anxiety until I started having like fucking panic attacks and shit like 3 months ago. And I was like, holy shit, like, this sucks. Like, this is terrible.
They truly are. I remember being 15 and having one of my first ones, and I was literally on the bathroom floor. I couldn't move. I felt like I was dying. And again, my parents came from a different generation, and I'm not knocking them. You know how the older generations are just like, oh, you toughen up, you get through it. What the fuck are you talking about? You're fine. You are fine.
Why you gotta put a label on everything?
Yes, and I'm like, I'm not fine. I know I'm not fine. You know what I mean? Like, so that was a whole kind of thing, and I kind of just been going on my journey, and it's very real, man. It is very, and I'm just a huge advocate. That's why I like to create that safe space, kind of like you guys are. Let's tell the stories. Let's come together and help each other, because nobody's perfect. We're all humans.
And we're all going through similar stuff.
Thank you.
Different situation, very similar emotional state.
Yes, absolutely. And absolutely.
I can't stand that thing's going off. I forgot.
Hey, you didn't say ouch. So.
You didn't hit it.
You didn't hit it.
I know. I'm just being a smart ass, I guess.
Sometimes when people bump into it, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't feel a thing." Like.
This random, oh my gosh, this random thought. We were driving back to my place before here, and I just cracked up because it was just a random thing. I'm like, now if he wasn't paying attention, I could reach over and be like on his leg, and he'll have no idea. He looked at me, he's like, what? I'm like, no, I just cracked myself up.
my ex-girlfriend did that. Like when we would go out on dates, if she would sit on the other side, she would forget, and I would know. She'd be like, I was rubbing your leg.
What do you mean I don't show you any affection? I was rubbing your fucking leg. I get it, bro. Oh, that's okay. Sorry.
No, that's
it's just life, right? It's just life. That's how it is.
I already know who my favorite is because I was driving back from North Carolina when you guys called me. You're like, so Jonathan Davis is here. I'm like, or do you know who Korn is? I'm like, are you
fucking serious? Like, bro, that story.
There was a time if you didn't know who Korn was, you were living under a rock. Like, they were huge. What was that, like the late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like
I grew up listening to country and oldies. Like, I at least knew who Korn was.
Yeah.
I
was in middle school.
I'll go ahead and like kind of tell that story. But I remember I was, with Nick at the time, and like my phone at the time, you know how it is. You start your business, you run everything through your personal cell phone because that's all you got. That's just what you do. And the same number called about 8 times in a row, and I'm like, I think I was in the bathroom, and then Nick he's like, hey, the number keeps calling. I go, answer it, fuck it, you know? And at first it was just some lady asking, hey, I want a tour, I want to come hang out, and we're like, well, we're closed, blah, 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 we'll reopen, XYZ. And she goes, I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm Jonathan Davis's lead singer of Korn's girlfriend, and we're sitting on the tour bus, and we're looking for shit to do. And we want to come check out the Bell. We're like, oh, yep, we're open. We're coming.
way.
Yep, we're on our way now.
Right this way.
Yes, and it's just, it was, at first I thought it was just a spam. I'm like, is this real? Like, is this really
Am I
happening?
being punked?
Exactly! Like, okay, yeah, where's the camera?
Yeah.
Like, what the
Ash,
fuck?
you
guys are
Yes! But no, here they go, because it was still COVID, and he wasn't allowed to go out and, into bigger crowds outside of his concerts because of COVID. And fuck, we were here, and he just he came walking up with his girlfriend and one of his bodyguards, and I think his son, right? Yes. The coolest dude, man. Like, again, I grew up on country and oldies, so I didn't, but I love people.
And then find out he was a mortician.
Yes!
Yeah.
He was a mortician before his band took off. So he was up in the embalming room telling us how to embalm bodies. And, you could tell he loved the paranormal aspect. It was just...
You got to sit around the poker table with him?
Yes.
I was so fangirling for sure. I was trying to keep my cool. And I'm like, and I just got off a freaking 15-hour road trip. It's 11 o'clock at night. I look like absolute dog shit, but I don't care.
Yeah, you're like, I'm showing up.
I don't care.
Which I didn't give a shit, because Nick was like, I had to tell Liz. I'm like, dude, that's fine. He just asked that not everybody fucking show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because he's like, you can share this video tomorrow. Just, I don't want thousands of people out there. I'm like, nope, I get it.
For sure.
Totally get it.
Right.
He was such a humble, down-to-earth person that, like, again, not my kind of music, but I follow him wholeheartedly. Like,
Yeah, because he gave us tickets.
yeah,
We went to the concert the next day.
and I actually enjoyed myself. Like, it was seriously...
It's a great show.
You could tell he loves what he does, and it's his outlet. You know what I mean? Like, his outlet for the world. And I just like that he's down to earth and real. A real person.
Right.
Going through real things.
Yeah.
And he didn't act like he was 20 levels
Not at
above
all.
us.
Right, not a real asshole.
No.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. We were literally
It's so
playing
cool.
Go Fish in the poker. Like, it was just... He was just like we're talking now, and you can vibe with that. You can feel that, And so that was definitely one of the coolest experiences.
Who was your favorite person?
Oh gosh,
And there's been so many.
there has. To be honest, off the top of my head, I don't really have a favorite.
That's
and
a
I
safe
know,
answer.
No, and I'm being complete. It's the truth, because
Yeah.
we have got to really play a role in so many people's lives. Like, you know how many people have gone through those doors, like, and left here either a changed life or, like,
Wanting to do more for themselves.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
yeah.
yes. I feel like this place just wants to bring out the best in everybody. Like, okay, hey, you love art, cool. Like, yes, do these art classes. Like, oh, you love to do videography, go do that. That's awesome. And like, oh, I just got goosebumps. But like, it's just literally been. It's just been cool, like, to know how many people we have affected positively. And I'm being completely honest. Like, I know we have got to touch base with so many people, but it is literally giving me my identity and giving me my tribe and giving me, like people like you and like Kara and all of us. Like,
Do you feel like you found like a new purpose?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, my passion, like today, no bullshit. I had like a half an hour to kill, and I can't sit still. My squirrel. You want to talk about squirrels?
I go crazy.
I can't sit still. I'm like, oh, I got half an hour. Gotta do something.
Look, it'll be 10:30 a.m. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I get a text message. I'm bored. Are you up yet? You know what time I
Because
get off work.
my other job, I don't work until like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I get it.
So you got all day.
I go work out in the mornings, and that only takes like 2 to 3 hours. And then,
I get
3
it.
hours.
Like, no big deal. It's
well, most of it's it's a lot like sitting on the bike, and then like, people know me there, so like as people come in and talk, and it fucks up your workout. I'm one of those people that I hate to be like this, but like, I don't want people bumping into me at the grocery store and trying to talk to me. I came here to get some shit and bounce. Facebook me or message me or something. We'll talk. We'll catch up.
Oh yeah, I'm that person that like ducks. Like, I see somebody, and I'm like, oh shit, let's hurry up and
when the podcast blows up, and don't talk to him. You can talk to me.
Yes, you can definitely talk to Liz all day long.
Just ignore this one.
But no, I can relate to that, because you're on a mission, and by golly, when you are on a mission, nobody's gonna fuck that mission up. You're just like, you got blinders on. You're like, I'm here to grocery shop.
Because if you look to the side, there's all your like.
Like, what if you?
Yes.
Think of it like this, like, you never know what somebody's situation is. It's not rude if like your baby just crapped its pants and it was your last diaper and you're just trying to get to the baby section, get your diapers and get out of the store and get back home.
Yeah.
But you run into Joe Schmo. And I was like, how you been?
Yeah.
I just cleaning some shit up.
Yeah,
You
literally, like, yes.
Like, what do you do?
I'm definitely
Sorry,
the
man,
more
I gotta
personable
go.
one of the dynamic duo.
I get it though, and I'm the same way. I really truly am. Like, you're on a mission, and it's just, I get that, and I can wholeheartedly, even how you're explaining the gym, like, don't fuck with me. I got a gym. I got this to do.
No, that's different.
No?
You do talk to people there.
No, I do. I'll talk to
Okay.
anybody.
Okay.
Like it's not like I'm like stay away from me, but there are times where it always seems like the times you ever want to go do something and then all of a sudden like you go to do it and it's that time that you're the like local celebrity and you're like, God, I just wanted to just be able to just do
Bro.
this and not.
I can relate to you more than you know. I'm not trying to sound like one of my decompressed moments. If I need to, I just like to come here and clean. Leave me the fuck alone, everybody. I want to put my headphones on and I just want to go.
At all the wood.
I just want to just leave me alone. But
see,
that's the moment.
That's the gym for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And then you know how many people, and again, I love everybody here. I love all of our I love everybody. But when I got those headphones in, it's like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, but then that's when I feel like everybody comes in,
Yeah.
and then I can feel my like. That's when I'm just like, guys, leave me alone. Like, I just
one of
need
the
to
times
clean.
I was here like on a mission and had my headphones on and Stephanie came in,
Yes.
scared the shit out of me. And I'm not a jumpy person.
No.
I'm not at all. But
No.
man, vacuuming and then music and I was thinking about other things and I just turned around and she was standing right there.
And you're like,
She's like, I was trying not to scare you.
well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Most-
That's you
you got
not
me.
trying.
Most fucked up thing I've probably done in the last like month or two was I was going through some emotional shit and I didn't want to talk to anybody at the gym, but there's a bunch of people there. And so I put my headphones in and I had no fucking music playing.
Oh.
Yep, I do that all the time.
I was pretending. People were trying, like, yo, Steve. And I'm like,
Oh shit. Yeah, try to. Yeah.
So if he's done that to you at the
Sorry,
gym,
dude, I can't.
if he's done that to you,
Sorry,
now
not
you know.
sorry.
Now you know.
Like, no, I do the same shit. Because
Yeah,
you
that
do,
works
you
for
act
sure.
like you're listening to something.
My boss,
Oh,
when we were
I'm on the
Monday
phone.
She does.
Yeah, sorry.
She does like an icebreaker question at the beginning, and it was, what do you normally listen to
Yeah.
in your headphones? And I was like, either heavy metal, really heavy rap, or absolutely nothing, so nobody talks to me.
Yeah.
She started laughing, and everybody else was like, yep.
Yes, because we all need that time. We
Yeah.
all need that decompress, like, just our time.
Mm.
And I know I'm learning how to grow and learning how to set my boundaries too,
Mhm.
but it's hard. It's hard to tell that person, hey, I can't talk to you right now. Like, I really love you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, I just don't have that energy to
Mhm.
give you right now.
Or
Most
like,
people
let's
respect
walk
that.
and talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's stand still.
Yeah.
I'm getting anxiety.
Oh, I get it.
Or like, I'll text her, and she'll be like, I mean, it'll be hours later, but
Yes.
you're like, I'm not ignoring you, I just got
Yes.
XYZ, and I already know she's busy all the time.
I know
so.
you get it. Like,
yeah,
and that's
I
what
definitely get it.
you and I appreciate that because a lot of people, I can relate now. A lot of people, and I get it. Everyone's issue is important. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But there, you know, some people
Some
just.
of them aren't a 911 emergency.
Yes,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to you know what I mean, delegate. Like I wholeheartedly respect your situation and want to help you, but
Your poor planning is not my emergency.
You're about level 5 right now.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and not everybody understands.
And
that.
it's not always necessarily poor planning. It's like people asking questions about business stuff. Well, hey, do you know where the mop is?
Or
this
yes,
random stuff
or
like that.
like, hey, this event that I'm doing, I gotta do, and I get it. I respect it, and I'm like, okay, right now I can't. You know what I mean? But a
Mhm.
lot of people don't understand that their issue isn't the only issue. You know, and
Yeah.
so that's why I always say that. Hey, not ignoring you, even though I know you understand.
Yeah.
It's just such a
Mhm.
response because I'm not trying to disrespect anybody.
I think that's common though, because even Dave, the owner of
Mhm.
Sudden Impact, when we've talked before, he's like, you know, these are the things, because he's like my best friend.
That's awesome.
So like,
I'm glad you have that.
And I've
Yeah,
been
me
his friend
too.
for
I got-
17 years.
For
Right.
real,
Yeah.
I'm so glad
It's
that y'all
great.
and
got
now
that.
like she's like one of my best friends. He's one of my best friends.
Good.
Because all my friends are dead. So
yeah.
I got lucky. I guess. Well, there's still a couple of them that are alive, but they, you know, they live away and.
I get
and-
it. Life happens.
But he said the same thing. He's like, you know, people don't understand like how many calls I get a day, how many
Two phones,
messages and
yeah.
emails I get a day.
Mhm.
He's like, and I have to filter through 1,000 messages of people asking me about the most silliest things, like where's the mop?
Yep.
You know, have you seen the scale?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, let's see. Why don't you look?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Why don't you take a look?
At the fight, I
much
left my
space is there?
charger. Hey, did you see a white charger?
Right.
I get it.
You know,
Really get a
Get it.
response like you should have.
or you know, just like you said, sometimes it's like business related, and it's not even just an annoying question, but there's so much that you're trying to figure out that you just are like, I don't know how I'm gonna.
Or it's 4 a.m. and everybody's sound asleep, and I'm like frantically calling everybody because there's a Titanic flood coming through the ceiling of the kitchen.
You handled yourself so well.
I don't
Like,
understand.
did you tell him that story?
Yeah,
Bro,
Yeah.
she handled herself so well.
because it was when that crew was here filming.
Mhm.
I had to come in super early.
It was, but we survived.
We did.
As
So what
always,
happened?
we
Like a pipe
survived.
broke?
One of the radiators was leaking up in, because that's how we heat the building.
Right.
It's still by the boiler system.
Right.
And one of the radiators, because the heat was not working up to par, somebody turned on a radiator that was typically shut off, which is my fault for not either putting a sign or whatever. And then here Liz comes in the next day, 4 a.m. to let the fucking camera crew in, and yeah, I don't know how you handled yourself at all. Like you,
Like a boss.
You, as always, like
Professional.
bro, like when I came in, and then I came in and I didn't even really realize how bad it was because I was hanging out in the garage, just trying to knock me in. That whole thing.
That was all. Yeah, that was fantastic.
I didn't expect. Do you know when that commercial's coming out? Do you know?
No.
Okay.
He said he would let me know. I still have him in my phone because I
Cool.
texted him
Yeah.
after that because they ended up closing up everything early that day.
Yeah.
So by the time, the one that's for Parkview.
Parkview just randomly reached out and was like, "Hey, you think you obviously corresponded with them and like, hey, we want to film this commercial and we're interested in possibly using your building."
Yeah. So
And,
when she
yeah.
says commercial,
We're
I'm
thinking.
like, something local or whatever.
Yeah.
And then poor Brian, he
Oh,
came that day to
yes.
show him around, and there was like 20 people that showed up, and and they ended up being here like 2 hours instead of just or whatever.
But we weren't expecting all of
Yeah.
that. So like,
So then when
yes.
we came back and Ashley had to do a contract, and we had to do all this legal things because it was more legit than
It
Right.
was,
We thought it was.
man, when
Yeah.
I popped my head in here, I mean, I don't think the place has ever been so quiet. And it literally, I don't know, you ever watch TV and see behind the scenes of
yeah.
stuff?
It's exactly what
I've been
it
on
looks
the
like.
Yes.
on the news a couple times, and it's
Bro.
crazy. They have a whole
Yes.
camera crew
Yes.
and like everything behind us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And all you see is me in the interview.
Yes.
Makeup station,
Yes.
all this. It was
Yes,
everywhere.
and like in here there was a bunch of screens. There was probably like 8 different screens and 6 different, like those director chairs of 6
Yeah.
different women just watching the screen. And I'm like, oh, but
Yeah, but you feel
Okay.
like you're about to be on TV.
like, bro,
Like-
it was
No, it
cool.
was really cool.
But as all of that's going on, like
Then she realized
I didn't realize how bad it was. I'm not gonna lie, because I was just sitting in the garage. I was just like waiting for the heating people to come, and then I came in, and then that's when I was like, oh
And then
shit.
the one kid, did I tell you about that or did I tell Kara?
I think you told me he was
I think
kind of an
I did.
asshole.
Yeah, because
In-
I was trying to
yeah.
I was mopping up what I could from the floor because
Yeah.
it's still dripping from the ceiling. And
Yeah.
I actually was getting it up. He's
Yeah.
like, "You're fighting a losing battle," and I was like,
Thanks for the tip, Dick.
Well, at
I
least
didn't say a word
Yeah.
because
Mom,
it
I
was
get it.
5:30 a.m.
Yes, as
And
all
I'm
of that
dealing
just
with
happened.
this.
Yes,
So I'm just gonna look at you
Yep.
and go about mopping the floor.
yes. And I had no idea how bad it was because I knew, I get it. You're not going to want to tell me how bad it is over the phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
kind
get
of
it.
hard to explain.
Exactly. And I'm just
When I
like,
said
oh,
water
some
coming through
leak.
the
I was like, all
ceiling.
right, water, shit happens. And then when it was about 11 o'clock, no joke, because I was sitting out there for an hour waiting for them. They weren't here yet. I came in and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I know what it looked like then. So I couldn't imagine what you saw at fucking 5 a.m. Like,
It
I'm
was
like,
legit waterfall.
oh.
Yeah, because it was probably running for a long time too.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
had been running for.
Because no
least-
joke, I was coming up the stairs and I heard it. I was like, "Why does it sound like water running?" I opened the door and I'm like, instantly
Like
getting
waterfall.
on me. Yes.
Yes.
Wait, down here?
Yes,
In this
kitchen.
kitchen.
Well, it's running from
The
upstairs?
ceiling,
Yes!
from the room above it.
Yes, bro, it was, oh my God. Even that night when Ryan was staying to stay with their equipment or whatever, he helped me take out the ceiling tiles. There was 2 inches of water in the
Yeah.
ceiling
How did
tiles.
that
standing
In
water.
the plastic ones? How?
Yes.
Cause it
Wow.
gets trapped in the wood framing that they
Yes.
use in the tiles, and it just pools.
No, there wasn't. No, it's like one of those drop ceiling
Like
things.
I don't know
Like
how
the
to
metal
explain it.
metal frames and then the plastic thing
It'll
sitting
still
there.
pool.
But it's plastic.
It did, bro.
How did it hold? Like
I have
there were so many
no
other ones
idea.
that fell down.
Because I was like, hey Ryan,
It's a
you have to help
nightmare.
me. Like, can you help me take these ceiling tiles out so we can get all the water? And he was.
Yeah.
It was all this
Damn.
It was a
water. I'm
nightmare.
like,
Damn ghosts.
they were pissed off,
No.
bro. They were, I don't know what.
We're trying to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Bringing all these
And they
people
want
in.
some heat, man.
Yeah.
They wanted some
So-
heat.
That shit's cold.
Kind of to wrap things
Let's
up then.
Yes, no, definitely.
If you had a pet squirrel, which
Fuck.
I know all three of us have squirrels.
I'm a
Not really
squirrel.
pets. I mean,
I squirrel so hard. The ADHD, bro, the squirrels, they just come. And then you're like, hey, squirrel. And then I say squirrel all the time, and
Yeah.
people think I'm calling them squirrels. And I'm like, no. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just squirreling, like,
yes.
random thought. I'm like, fuck, I don't
So-
know. What's your guys's?
Wrangle your squirrel back
Oh,
because you didn't
shit.
give me a name.
I didn't.
I need.
Fuck.
What would you name?
The
Your-
first name that pops into my brain is Maggie.
Maggie.
Don't ask me
Okay, I gotta
There you
tell a
go.
funny story then.
Okay.
why. I like funny
Real
stories.
quick. So when I was in high school and I was on the wrestling team, my buddy, he moved from another school and he was like, hey man, you gotta come over to my aunt's house after school. She's got a pet monkey.
Oh
Shut
gosh.
up!
Oh my
listen,
gosh.
Listen, so I'm like, what's a catch here? Like what's gonna go on? Like, am I gonna get to your house, your aunt's house in Balding, and get beat up by the rival team or something?
Yes. Like,
What's happening here?
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, I'll go. Anyway, we get in there, and sure shit, there's a fucking monkey with a diaper on in this little dog cage. Okay?
Shut the
And I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute. He's like, yeah, its name's Maggie. And I was like, is it nice? He's like, yeah, man. I was like, can I like say hi to it?
Exactly. Like, what's the proper
Immediately,
protocol
I'm like ready for this, right?
Yes!
And he's like, yeah, man, go ahead. So I get over to the cage, and I'm like, hey, little thing. And it reaches through the cage, grabs my hand, pulls me in, and smacks the shit out of me. And then jumps back and starts going nuts on the cage.
Holy
Real
fuck.
shit.
Okay, well, my squirrel Maggie will not be like that.
That's
But, like, that's, oh my god.
So I hear the name Maggie, and I instantly think about the time I got smacked
See?
in the face
Yeah.
by a monkey.
What the fuck?
That's
That's so
a true
random.
story.
I wouldn't know what to do either. Like,
Oh
hi
gosh.
monkey, do I pet you? Do I just look at you? Are you gonna spit at me? Like, I don't know how this works.
I didn't know what to think. I just know that, like, I can't remember if it was like a week or two later, but they laughed about that for the longest time, and I was so pissed. And then, like, a week or two later, he comes to school and he's freaking all tore up. His face is all mangled and scratched. And apparently, his aunt let the monkey out and it like mauled him. And must have remembered that he must have been bringing people over to mess with it. You know?
Oh, yes. Like,
Fucking-
fuck you, motherfucker.
Wait till I get out of this diaper. You
He's
know?
waiting for his opportunity to get out of that cage.
Right.
Yes.
Buying his time.
Karma's a
Right.
bitch, bro.
Where's your friends?
Oh,
Where's
God.
the rest of them?
That's
You know,
so
like,
random. Holy
Uh,
shit.
got their shit smacked out
That's
of me
so
by a
random.
monkey.
So
Hey, it
this has
happens.
been like the longest we've gotten to sit down and talk like this
For
for a
real.
while.
I know.
So
I know, it's been
I've
amazing.
enjoyed it,
Me
and
too.
I absolutely appreciate you coming
Yes.
and
I miss
supporting
the
us
shit
with
out of
this.
you.
And our first sponsor, she's letting
No,
us use the
ab-
beautiful Bellington.
Anytime.
So,
Seriously, you've
yeah.
been there for real. Like, y'all need to support this shit. They're good people doing a good thing, bringing people together. Like, bro, you've been my ride and die since fucking day one. Like, you're like, what are we doing? Let's go. All right, cool. We're gonna go through the Titanic. All right, cool. We're gonna fucking
We gotta kill this person?
yeah.
Whose
All
car are
right,
we
it's
taking?
cool.
Yours or mine?
Yeah. Like, so seriously, thank you guys. Like, what y'all are doing
No,
is
thank you.
fucking awesome.
We can't do
and that's
this
why
stuff
you
without
just
you
have
guys.
to bring everybody together. Like, no joke. We need to do more of this. I promise. Once the new place is kind of at least
Yeah.
off the ground, I
Yeah.
won't be so stupid. I mean, I'll still be stupid, but not as crazy stupid busy. So thank you. Thank
Just
you
roll out a
guys.
little more direction.
Yes, Maggie won't be fucking beating people up.
No,
Thank
no
you.
more smacking
Uh,
monkeys.
Thank you guys so much for real.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
All right.
you. Damn.
no,
Yes.
we gotta say
Oh,
thank you for tuning back in and watching.
It's crazy how
The
fast it
craziness.
goes.
come back
Yeah,
next
Absolutely.
to see what the ghost will do now.
Oh, I didn't record.
You're lying.
I am like.